Good morning my friends, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be doing some vinyl wrapping and painting on the Jimny. Some time ago I asked if I should paint the door panels black or I should leave them as is, and majority of you said that I should paint it black. So in this video, instead of painting it black, we're going to be wrapping it black. Now the reason why I'm wrapping and not painting is because of the flexibility. I want to be able to remove this later on if I ever want to change the design, and with paint that's going to be a little bit more difficult. So we'll be wrapping the panels black today. We'll also be wrapping the bonnet black as well, and we're going to be painting the chassis under the door black as well. So we have a couple of things to do today. Let's get started. Alright, so we're going to start with the door panels. So the first thing we have to do is remove them. Now I never removed these before, but I believe it's just some clips holding it on. So once we pull it straight out, it should come out. Alright, so remove the first one. I figured out how to remove it easy. So instead of pulling from the top, if you look at the bottom, there's two little cutouts on both sides. Just put your finger underneath there and pull it. Alright, so those two cutouts, one here and one here. Alright, so as you can see, it's just some clips holding it. Some remain on the door and some remain on the panel. Alright, so next step, we're gonna remove the next side and then give this a nice wash down and get to wrapping it. Alright, so this is the second panel. So there's one of the cutout right here and there's one right here. So all I need to do is just put my finger in there and give it a pull. Same thing on this side. Alright, and there's a glue or tape that's holding it here. Alright, as you can see, it's loose. So we need to do now is just pull it. Alright, and there we have it. Alright, so I washed the panel with soap and water and I cut my vinyl wrap to size. So next step, we're just gonna use some rubbing alcohol, clean on the panel and wrap it in the vinyl. Alright guys, so we just finished the first one there. As you can see, it's completely black out now. Really happy with how it turned out. So next step is to do the other one and then we could install them on the Jimny. Alright guys, so I just finished wrap both panels. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out, considering this is my first time wrapping. So before we install these, next thing I want to do is I want to paint the chassis. I want to paint under here black, just because when you look at the van from afar, you notice under here and this color really stands out. So I'd prefer this to be black. So we're going to block out that today using this texture bumper paint, I used this in the past to paint under my fenders and I had pretty good luck with it. So now I'm going to use it to paint the chassis underneath here, and we're going to hit it with about 2 to 3 coats, and that should do it. Alright guys, so we just finished painting the chassis. I think it looks a lot better now, and now we're going to be installing the door panels. So we're going to get these on the Jimny, and then we could focus on wrapping the bonnet. Alright, so before I install the panel, I clean down the area and I remove all the clips. I place the clips on the panel, so we just have to line up the panel with the holes and fit it up. Alright, so now that we have both of the side panels installed, I really love how that looks. It just completes the side of the Jimny. It just looks really good. So next is time to move on to the bonnet. Alright guys, so what we're going to be doing for the hood is we're going to use this knifeless tape to outline a square that follows this body line, and we're going to be wrapping that square with the same matte black vinyl wrap. After we do that, we'll install this scoop in the middle. Now this scoop is only for decorative purposes, but in the future I'm going to be doing a custom hood. So when we're doing that hood, we'll install a proper functional hood scoop. But for now, this is just for aesthetics. So let's go ahead, apply the knifeless tape and get that bonnet wrapped. Alright guys, so there you have it. We wrap the door panel, paint the chassis, install a hood scoop, and wrap the bonnet. So that's it for this video. If you enjoy it, like, subscribe, leave some good vibes in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.